That's pathetic.
All right, here's Barbara.
Hi,
Hello
guys.
there.
Hello.
Well, I wish we were in Chicago and
I do
experiencing some
too.
cool weather, but that wasn't, it's only 106 here today. So,
Oh, geez, only gonna be 103 here.
but hey, you know,
I just sent out this little thing. It was a piece of, it was a board and it has a bottle cap on it and it says Texas rain gauge.
I like that.
Oh, that's cute.
The scary thing is everybody's just getting kind of apathetic about it now. You're like, okay, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Just
No, there's
hopefully
no.
the power grid stays up and running.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
Texas has had issues with that.
So Emily, I know you guys have been getting a bunch of rain. Send some our way, please.
We did right now. There's sunshine. It's nice and it's 89 degrees.
Oh, hush. You're just terrorizing us, aren't you?
Yeah, things are doing okay here.
Good. So, hey, what are you guys doing? I got a call from Sina the other day. I didn't get a chance to call her back, and she was just trying to
Yeah.
touch base. And what's shaking in DC these days?
Well, let's see. We've got a November and a December program.
Yeah.
We have Dr. Mizumi, well, in November, Dr. Mizumi, who's spoken to us before.
Uh-huh.
This time, it's going to be a question and answer session that we send him questions ahead of time, and he will answer them on any medical issue.
Oh, cool.
And then we have our wonderful Royce Lambert, who will, again, this is our NCLA tradition, be Santa Claus. And
Ooh.
Shirley, our pianist, will accompany. We're probably going to have to do it by Zoom, is what it looks like now. Otherwise, we do have Kenwood Golf and Country Club reserved on a whole basis.
Wouldn't that be fun? Now, we met Royce in San Antonio. He's a hoot.
Oh, he's wonderful. Fun and wonderful.
And he's an Austin boy, Longhorn.
And
Which makes
Janice
it
is our forever treasurer.
Okie dokie. So, anybody else trying to get in here?
I don't think I have to let them in. I think everybody can just join on their own.
Okay. So I'm not sure. This is kind of a loosey-goosey
We
meeting.
have to let them in. I think when they sign on, we go to a hallway, but somehow I got in and I guess you didn't. click
Well,
on it.
we used to have to do that and I changed it. I don't know why. It was a default that you had to go to the waiting room and I unchecked that so that you don't have to go in the waiting room and you don't have to have me let you in, because I don't know if you're there unless I happen to notice down below under the, that somebody's waiting. So I
Ah.
undid that. I don't think we'd have to worry about anybody bugging our meetings or jumping in.
No.
We're not
If
that
they are-
interesting.
If they are, that's a pretty sad state of affairs for them. If they have to come and
Yeah.
crash our
First
meeting.
control, because you can turn off their video and their audio.
Yeah, don't ask them to join.
Right.
So y'all, I've been communicating with our little superstar, Kamala. She's like, she does pronounce it like the vice president. And I wrote her because I asked her a while back to give me a college resume so I could rattle off all her thousands of achievements when I introduce her. And she'd had some, I guess she'd had her wisdom teeth removed, but she wrote me today. And bless her heart, I asked her how to pronounce her name because it's a mouthful. And she sent me a little video, voice recording of how to pronounce it.
Nice.
I was like,
Oh,
that's clever. Because I was trying to think how I could graciously say, I have no clue how to pronounce your name. Would you please tell me?
Oh, you
But it-
can't turn on the audio, which you
Well, I
said.
can, but I didn't want to do that in front of everybody. Say, oh, by the way, how do I pronounce your name? But it's Kala Karapupi. Shoot. Karapupia. No, golly, I'm gonna have to practice this one. It's gonna be tricky. I'll have to play it. There's Kitty.
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Noel. Hi, Evelyn, Barbara, and I see Jackie's top of her head. Hi, Jackie.
Now, I was just telling the girls that Kamala sent me a little voice recording of how to pronounce her name. And I practiced it for like 10 minutes. Now I still can't say it, but it's Kamala Karapuia. No, shoot.
You know what? Ask her to say her name.
Kamala, introduce yourself.
That's it.
I'll figure some diplomatic way how to do it.
Right.
Is it Polish?
No, she's Indian.
Hawaiian, isn't it?
Indian.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like Karapuyi.
Oh,
That
that's
sounds good.
better because what you were saying did not sound Indian.
No,
Oh,
but
dear.
I'll practice it beforehand.
You got a
Between
couple of
that,
days.
between that and Catherine Jurgemeyer.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Janet Billinger's emailing me. Let me see what she says real quick.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good, good.
Good.
Oh, Janet's having a hard time. She says it needed a password.
Well, the
Oh, tell her to
meeting,
go down to
Um,
the second part of the email. There's another link.
Okay,
the passcode is in there, so.
all right,
um,
I'm gonna just send her another one.
It's 697643.
Oh,
But it was
I
in
went down.
It was in the note. It was in the meeting invitation.
Okay, 69, okay, hang on, I'm trying to
Six-
remember.
697643.
643. According to. All right. Let's see if she can get in. There's Ann. We're getting the band back together here, guys. This is
That's
great.
right. I am.
She's connecting.
Okay.
Let's see, who else? I don't think Rita's coming. Rita's husband had surgery and he did not have a good day, so they may have had to take him
Oh.
back to the doctor. I don't know exactly what his surgery was.
Oh, I'm sorry. to hear
Heart
that.
related?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't, if she doesn't want to volunteer, I don't ask. So,
yeah,
No,
right.
that's okay. Yeah.
so we're waiting on Sharon, I think, and Janet.
Okay.
How are you, Anne? Good to see you.
Yeah.
You look well.
Finally got rid of that dreadful exhaustiveness after that COVID thing.
Did you
had
have
it
oh, that's
bad.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes, right after I saw Kitty.
Yes. It was great. The next day she called and said, I have COVID. And we had the kids up here for the weekend, the two little ones, the 2 and 5-year-old. And my son called this morning and said, guess what? They just tested for positive for COVID. I
Stop
said,
testing.
"Great. Thank you for coming for the weekend. We had a lovely time.
Everybody's
Stop
going to get it.
Testing.
Everybody's going to get it. And the
Right,
more we get, it's
tested
good.
We tested before they came because I wanted to make sure I didn't have it. I said, no, we're good. We're negative. Well, no, we'll test in a couple of days and see where we
All
are.
right, let's see Janet saying again now.
It's
Hang
okay.
All right.
Do the kids feel all right?
Well, Charlie actually had croup and they took him to the doctor or hospital Sunday night. And they said it was croup, that dog bark cough thing.
Right,
All our kids are going
right.
through it. And now today he's testing positive for COVID. So we'll see.
So he feels croupy.
Croupy and yucky, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cora didn't have it. She will. The 5-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Janet's still trying to get in.
They've been all vaccinated, so we're not concerned. All right, let's see.
So Jennifer, are you over your jet lag? We all nice and well rested?
You're on mute. Oh, there you go.
I think I feel good today. So we'll see. I
Good.
think I'm okay.
Good for
I went to
you.
bed early last night. I was kind of tired.
Yeah.
But I'm feel great.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Okay, there's Sharon.
Mhm.
We are such a nice punctual group. This is just awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Janet's still having trouble. Let's see here. Hang on.
Barbara, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it going to do the same thing as it did with this one and wanting an ID or a password for Friday? Is it going to need the same thing?
I don't know. That's in the invitation. They're both in the invitation. I thought if you just clicked the link that it would have that embedded in the link. Apparently,
Yeah, that's what it normally does. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. So
Yeah, I don't know. So everybody needs to pay attention to the meeting ID and the password because they're in the note that was sent out.
Okay, Janet's still having trouble.
Can someone text her the password?
Yeah, I sent it to her. Let's see. I'm gonna find your original email here. Hang on a second.
She just sent me a note. Let's see what she said.
my
I tried using the one that Noel just sent yesterday and it didn't go through. So I went back a couple more and used that one.
She sent
And
one
her-
yesterday that had two links, and it was the second link at the bottom that I used, and that seemed to go through.
Sometimes this thing has a mind of its own.
Mhm.
All right. All right, I'm gonna forward this to Janet. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Back. Okay, that's it. Okay. Forward.
Since some could get in and some couldn't, I do not know what the difference is.
All right, I sent her your original one
maybe it's
that has the meeting number and password. And it may be her version of Zoom also.
well, that's what I'm thinking. I haven't upgraded mine, and maybe that's the problem. It keeps asking me to upgrade it, and I,
Don't? Maybe there's a
But
reason
I'm
for
always
that.
frightened when I upgrade something, I'm not going to be able to use the damn.
Sharon, are you okay? I see you're working with a crutch or something.
I broke my leg in March and
Oh, that's right.
I broke it near the knee. And
Ooh.
so I'm still having trouble with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
So,
Ugh.
You look a lot better, like you feel a lot better than you did a few months ago, that's for sure.
yes, I'm doing better. I had therapy this morning and it went pretty well, although the doctor says I'm probably going to have a knee manipulation in a few weeks, but he wanted to wait a month because he wants the bones to heal more before he yanks them around.
Ugh.
Oh, hey, while I've got you, I heard from Kamala and she received her check, but she's gonna have to wait and put it into her account at Cornell. She's gonna send it to them and they're gonna apply it. So it may be a couple of weeks before it's processed.
That's fine.
Okay.
I actually dated the checks August 5th because that's when they were going to get their award, but several of them have cashed them and they went through. So
Hey. Money in the
luckily I
bank.
had the money there.
There she is.
You Leo.
And Barbara and Noel, your checks are coming from the bank. The bank told me they would be there by August 5th. They were
Okay, thanks. I was gonna ask,
requested last week, but it takes them that long.
I couldn't remember,
That's fine.
I couldn't remember if I'd been paid or not. I was gonna ask you.
Okay, I think we've got everybody. So Barbara, why don't you start your car meeting and then we'll go from there.
Okay, let me share my screen here. Hold on. I'm gonna shut down some windows so it doesn't interrupt. Okay, hang on one second here. What is it doing? Ah. Hang on, this is doing something very weird I've never seen before. Let me try sharing it again.
This thing does have a mind of its own, doesn't it?
I tell you what, I've never had problems sharing. Okay,
You're a good sharer.
it's coming up with everything weird. I think it's because I had the recording on, but I don't think that's the reason. I mean, I checked this the other day because I got Amy's video.
So my little green button says share screen. Is yours not working?
Well, it says I can share it, but when it comes up, it doesn't show any of the things that I have on my this is just entirely too odd.
Yeah, we need it to work for Friday.
Can somebody dance or something while I do this?
We can approve the minutes. Yeah, let's approve
Minutes?
the minutes.
Go ahead and do that. Let me try to figure this out.
Did everybody read the little homework last night? Read the exciting minutes from April 1st? And
That's
so
what you
beautifully
sent?
put together.
Yeah.
I sent that, and I sent the executive committee meeting minutes, and I sent your itinerary.
Right.
So let's see, I don't think there was anything too terribly exciting in here. We talked about the credit card. Rita was asking about that, and Lucy had the credit card. And we were asking about signature authority and as far as like
I'm not-
president.
I'm not sure what she means about signature authority on the credit card. I think anybody that has the numbers, you know, like Lucy's used it, several people have used it. As long as they have the numbers, they don't care about the signature on the
Yeah,
credit card.
I think she was talking about on the bank account.
On the
Okay,
bank account.
on the checking account, you know,
Yeah.
like I told you, Noel, they
Yeah,
want you to come into the bank with me
I
so
know.
that they know it's you that signed it.
I know.
So it's
It's a-
kind of hard to do.
I'm just kind of regurgitating what we talked about. So
Right.
anyway, so anybody have any questions or changes to
Yeah,
the
I want to
minutes?
make a comment on the, let's see. Where is this? I guess the executive committee under contributions and sponsorships.
Okay, we haven't done that.
Third-
We're not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, where are you?
We're in car.
Sorry.
Well, we think we're on car, but we're not there yet.
I will say about the credit card, we get points when we use the card. So primarily it's Lucy that uses the card. And when I made a payment in June, I cashed in $250 worth of points towards
Hey.
meeting
Wow.
expenses. I put it towards
Yay,
meeting
Lucy.
expenses because that's who uses it the most.
Good.
Well, that'll work. That covered a little bit of our expenses for Chicago that we didn't use. Anyway, so anybody have any changes or corrections to this? So anybody would move to approve these minutes?
I so move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor of approving the car committee meetings from April 1st, 2022? Aye,
I,
they are approved. It'll go on the website.
Can I
Under
ask
lock
one
and key.
question to Sharon? There's no way that they can, because I know in some cases that the bank can send some form of paper so that she could notarize it, you know, and in front of a notary and say, you know, Noel appeared before me, or whoever it, you know, appeared
Right.
before me. I mean, surely.
I don't know. Are there PNC banks in Texas?
Yes,
Well, maybe we could handle it that way. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll talk to someone at the PNC Bank here and see what I can do about getting a form for the president to sign, even if it's in Texas.
it would make sense. I mean,
I
might as
mean,
well.
they must believe their own bank officers, just, you know.
I would think, yeah, but they kept saying to me, oh, they have to come in with you to sign. And I'm like, that's not going to work for us. I will check. I will see.
I can't believe, I mean, it has to occur with other people too,
Right.
you know.
Right.
It would be nice, you know, in case you decide to fall off your horse, and break your other leg and you can't sign checks, or your arm, Jennifer would at least get a chance to sign checks. And she's a lovely treasurer. She's the treasurer for our Austin Women's Club here, and she signs checks all the time.
And you know, someone else could probably sign the checks and they'd never catch it. Unless we complained.
right.
Barbara, you making any progress?
No, I'm gonna have to contact Zoom because this is just bizarre. Unless I could send the file to you, Noel, and see if you
Okay.
can open it.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Let me try that.
What if you sign out and sign in again?
No, you shouldn't. Or, I mean. But if she signs, since Zoom's on her computer, if she signs out, I think we all go back.
Oh,
Yeah. that's-
We don't want to do that.
We
We
don't
all
wanna
had
do
enough
that.
trouble getting in here. So Janet, which link did work for you?
I put in the password that's like 3, 6, 9 digits and the ID and the password. That's what I always do, but that link did not work.
Okay. I wonder if you maybe have an older version of Zoom on your
No,
computer?
it's all up to date. I just did Tech Tuesday and we updated everything.
Okay, Noel, I sent it to you. See if you can get it.
Okay, let's see here. There's nothing attached, lovely.
I just attached it. That is bizarre.
Nope, it has your phone number, your name and your phone number. That's it.
You know, I see that, and I did that earlier today, attaching a file, and it never showed up. Maybe I've got a Mac. It's not supposed to screw up.
Uh-oh. Time to switch to a PC.
Okay, try this again.
Okay.
Already high. Send.
Okay, got it. Let's see. Yeah, let's
Is it there?
download this. Yeah, I got it. Let's see, I'm gonna download it real quick.
Okay.
Let's open that. All right. Now, I'm going to share a screen with you guys. I don't know what it's going to pop up. So let's see.
Mine didn't
Let's-
even show any of my applications on my computer when I did
Oh.
share screen.
All right, is that what you're looking for?
oh, there it
You
is.
got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
it.
Okay,
Tell me what you want me to change pages.
well, it's awfully small. These are the charts that I got from Morgan Stanley directly. They sent me a report. And if you look down at the bottom, I know it's hard to read, but if you look at the, is it the first numbers at the bottom, previous year from December of 20 to December of 21, good return. If you look at June of this year to this quarter, June to this middle of July, not so great. Then if you look at December, which is year to date to 22, negative, and that's the first time we've gone negative on anything with BlackRock.
Wow.
But and we all know that the market's gone down considerably. It's probably down at least 20%. If most of us look at our investments and everything, it's not good. But I talked with Jennifer Olson at Morgan Stanley about it, and she indicated that, you know, we're not as bad as some, and that we are still above the indexes. So basically not to panic, but those are just numbers that show you where we've gone in the past year. Actually goes clear back to when we started it in 2013. So if you will go to the next screen, Noel.
Okay.
Okay. This is a breakout. I think what's interesting to me is the upper right-hand chart where it shows the total value of what we have. We can see the total value has gone down a little bit. The net invested capital, that's the money that we put in, and it's down, but it's down lower than where we are. So we're still ahead. I mean, we put in, this is the total amount, just for car, we put in 125. And we're, I'll have a chart in the next page that'll show you where we are on that. But this is the overall car. In the upper left-hand chart, it shows the previous year, 506,255. And now year to date this year, we're down to 444. So we are down, but I think that's, who knows if it's temporary, who knows if it's permanent, but we are still ahead of of where we would have been had we not invested in car.
We could probably thank Vlad for all this. So
Pardon, Anthony, thank
We-
what?
Vlad, Putin.
Of land.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, next page is, that has it broken out again by, American Lawyers Auxiliary with our, the total amount in the part that we use for the conservative investments, the treasuries and the bonds and that kind of thing. That's 313. And then the American Lawyers Auxiliary is 130. And I asked Jennifer about that. I said, we've put in 125 and that shows that we've only, gotten 5 back from that. And she said, our total earnings from BlackRock have been 46,000. And that's not reflected above because sometimes we use some of those funds to meet expenses. So the chart here really doesn't tell the entire story, but it does give you numbers if you want to look at them for total value, portfolio percentage, and all that stuff, which is really taillights. It's not headlights. So next chart. That shows when we bought the stock price in 2018 was 392. And it's gone as high as 867 and it's now down to 622. So the share price is still high, higher than when we bought it. So we're still invested well. Again, the total amount of our car fund is not supposed to go below 330. And we've, Sharon monitors that and we don't have any issues with that, even getting close to that at this point in time. So I know, and the green chart over to the right does show that it doesn't show what the indexes are, but Jennifer assured me that we are beating the indexes. And that's because I think BlackRock is a really good place to have your money right now or anytime. Okay, the last chart. And this one, and I highlighted that and it didn't show up. Under 2022, that's not 506, that's 444. But I couldn't find the chart to change it. This is it gets the info from another file, an Excel file, and I couldn't find the Excel file to delete it. I'll get that fixed before we have our actual board meetings. I'll try to figure out between now and then what the heck is going on with my computer and why I can't see anything. But again, if you look at the far left, in 2015, we had over 500,000. 2016, we went up, 2017 down, 18 down. And some of that is because we spent funds. I mean, we fund ourselves for what we do, for our teachers of the year, for our expenses on our meetings and that sort of thing. So, but that last column of 2022 should read 444 instead of 506. And I will get that fixed before we have our next meeting. I don't think there's anything to worry about with our investments. They're still doing well. We haven't lost money. You can't lose it until you cash it in. So we haven't lost.
Right.
It's all on paper right now.
It's
That's
all on
right.
paper. So that is all I have on there. Does anybody have any questions? And if I can't answer them, I'll get with Jennifer and find out. Sharon, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No. No, I think, we've lost some money, but not as much as a lot of other people or a lot of other kinds of investments, because, everybody's losing money right now.
Well, and the thing is, the stock market's so volatile right now. I mean, sometimes it's up 600 points and sometimes it's down 400 points. And so depending on which day you look at it, it could be up, it could be down. It's kind of the overall average. And it's just kind of going with the ebb and flow of what's going on these days. Okay, well, we're still solvent. That's good.
We are so solvent. Yep.
Barbara,
Okay.
could you forward me all those, that file? I mean, with
Sure.
the numbers and everything?
Yeah, I'll send it on to you.
Okay, thank you.
If for some reason, Barbara, you are not able to get your technology to work, go ahead and send me the videos of your teacher and I'll be able to plug her
I
in.
will, but I'm concerned about that because we've got the videos of the teacher, we've got the videos of the judge.
Right.
I have those all set up to play. and,
Yeah.
I'm worried about that. So if I can't get it to work, I'll send it to you.
And we'll wing it.
Yeah, I'll get with Zoom in the meantime and figure out what the heck is going on.
Okay. Jennifer and I had so much fun with the judge. He is just a doll. I'm so sorry he's not going to be there, but he was utterly, utterly charming. And he was just so sweet. We just sat and visited. Of course, we were so hot. And we were both wearing heels and we had to walk like a half a mile in 105 degrees in the concrete. And by the time we got there, my head started to sweat. And he was so, finally, they just kind of cooled us down and it went really well, but that's to be seen on Friday. All right, well, let's adjourn the car meeting and move forward with our executive meeting. And I believe we have everybody plus a few more for our executive. Yes, Rita's not here, Lisa's not here, but the rest of us are here, and we obviously have our other guests, which are, y'all are more than welcome to partake in this exciting meeting for the executive committee. Looking at the minutes from April 1st, let's see what we talked about. We talked about our Judicial Civic Education Award and that we needed more information from Lisa, which she got for us. One of the things we talked about was to give $100 in memory of Chuck Quigley. And I think that fell through the cracks, Kitty.
It did fall through because I didn't follow up on it. So I apologize for that. I wasn't real sure where to send it, but I think I figured it out now. So
Okay,
I
do we-
will,
Do we want to
ask-
still do that?
I don't know, should I ask Sharon to do that or? how does
Yes,
that
you can
work?
ask me. No one, I read these minutes like this morning and I thought, I didn't do that. I didn't know about that.
We had some discussion and we got carried away with other things and
Yeah,
poor little
and it-
Chuck just got dropped in the
Oh,
dirt there.
Poor guy, he's in the dirt, right? He is
Let's
literally.
let's throw it back on this agenda for today. Okay. Let's see, what else did we talk about? We gave $100 to San Antonio for our tour guide. And that we proposed $1,000 for the mock trial. And I think we have since upped that a little bit. which
Well, I
we
was
could talk-
going to comment on that because somehow or other, I wrote down, not here, obviously, but it was 2,500. It was up to $2,500. So when
Yeah.
I saw the $1,000, I wasn't quite sure where that came from. Maybe
No, I
that
think-
was at the
I
moment.
think there was discussion that, and we upped it to 25 based on what
So
the
do we
information.
revise the minutes or how does that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in this meeting.
Okay.
We'll up it. Is that okay, Ann? Will that work for you?
I'm sorry?
Will that work for you if we just up it at this executive meeting?
Yeah.
The 2,500? Okay. Let's see what else we talked about. Hi, Lucy.
Hello, am
Hi,
I
Lucy.
late? I'm sorry.
No,
No,
we're
you're
just
not
doing the executive stuff. We're kind of going over the last
Oh,
set of
okay.
minutes, which were pretty healthy, actually. I've got a little loquacious. Let's see, we talked about the membership as far as adjusting the criteria, which we will vote on Friday, as far as allowing non-spouses lawyers become members. And then we also talked more about your different. Anyway, does anybody have any changes or corrections to the minutes?
Apart from the 2,500 to be a sponsor at the national trial, right?
Right. But we'll adjust that on this version. All right, do you have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second? Oh, come on, somebody. Second, Jennifer, okay. Jennifer and Sharon, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Nay. These minutes are so approved. Okay. Executive committee, there were obviously a couple of things I want to talk to y'all about. It's that 2,500 and the $100 for Chuck Quigley. One of the things I was thinking about, and this is one of the things executive does, is to appoint honorary members. And it seems to be going over really, really well with our teachers of the year. I think they're very excited about getting their honorary memberships. And I thought maybe we could take that a little bit farther and offer one to Nancy Haar, whose family is graciously giving us all this money. And I've talked to her several times and she's very excited. She's never used Zoom before. So she's going to come in and talk about her mother a little bit. But I thought that would be nice, is to announce that she was an honorary member. And then we would like to ask Robert Lemming, the former director at We the People, if he bestow upon him an honorary membership. And then I thought it might be nice to offer one to our Justice Busby as well. What do you guys think about that?
I think that would be nice.
Right. If we're doing it to the Justice Busby, should we not do it to the previous?
You know,
I'm,
We-
just,
we-
I'm throwing that out.
I
I'm
know,
not-
I thought about that, kind of retroactively doing it. I mean, it's only 2 other judges since the fellow in New York has
it's
passed
done.
away.
Right.
We could certainly do that. I mean, wouldn't hurt to send them a retroactive.
No, I'm not, I was just thinking out loud, but
Yeah.
I'm not pro or con, I mean.
I mean, I don't think their feelings would get hurt if they didn't get it.
No, right. I think
If-
just leave it alone.
All right. But Justice Busby, and I just have to tell you how charming he was and how inviting. Let's put it this way. When we went in to see him, he did not like the setup of where we were going to take the pictures. So this judge was literally moving 50-pound chairs from one side of the room to the other, and flag poles and this sort of stuff to make sure we had the right picture. He was so excited about this. And he had his little books that he was showing us. And well, y'all will see when we talk to him. But I mean, he just held up that award like he'd never gotten an award before. And I don't know if he was just, being gracious or if it was just true enthusiasm. But I was like, oh heck, we could go a step further and offer that to him. So what do y'all think? Yes?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
All right, let's do that then. I will do up some letters and get the certificates prepared. And I'll
And you
make
do
that-
a beautiful certificate for the honorary membership. I saw that one. So
Yeah,
that was
thank you.
lovely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I'll sign these last ones and then Jennifer, from now on, you'll get to sign them for the next year. So practice that signature. Okay. That was it. Minutes, new members. All righty. Let's go for 2,500 on the mock trial to give, so we can get that cleaned up in the minutes. Do we have to have a vote on that?
I would probably think so, yes.
All right, somebody want to move that we up the ante to 2,500 for the mock trial participation? Somebody want to move it? Yes. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I move that we up the amount of money for the National High School Mock Trial Competition donation to $2,500.
A second? Okay, Jackie seconds. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? No. $2,500 it is. Sold to the highest bidder.
Somebody needs to notify me when they want that check written and where to mail it to and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna discuss that at the next meeting.
How convenient.
And then one more little motion to donate $100 in memory to
Center for Civic Education in memory of
Chuck
Charles
Quigley.
Quigley.
Yes.
Okay.
A motion?
I thought we sort of approved that at the last meeting.
I thought
Yeah,
it's in the
I
minutes,
think
it
it's
just
just-
wasn't carried out.
I don't think you need
It
to.
just
do that.
wasn't.
Okay,
done.
all right, never mind.
Yeah.
We'll,
Right.
we'll just get a check. I'll do a check request for you, Sharon.
Right.
Okay, all right. And that's it from the executive committee. Anybody else have anything? No?
Do you
Sharon?
want to go over the budget with the executive committee, the proposed budget for next year?
Yes.
I don't think anybody's quite prepared for that. Let's save that for the meeting.
No, I think
Okay.
we have to look at it, I think.
We have to look at, all right, I've got it. So let me pull it up. How about that?
Oh, good.
Has anybody else looked at their reports that I posted? No. All right, hang on a second. Let me get this here. I don't want Excel. Sorry about that. Y'all don't need to see my Chateau Bellevue thing. All right, where are you? Wrong one, right? I have so many tabs open right now, guys. Sorry. All right, here we go. Oh, there's Ann. Committee reports. And you want the balance sheet or the income statement? Sharon?
Income statement, income statement.
Okay. All right, let's do this and share screen. Okay.
Okay. First off, I'll tell everyone, I haven't talked to anybody about this proposed budget. I just needed to put some numbers in, so I'm very open to any suggestions or changes. We need to go over it quickly. I put individual membership dues the same as this year. Lifetime, I never say that we're going to get one because you never know. Sustaining life, we collected $550 this year. I put $400 for next year. Local auxiliaries, $300. State auxiliary, $50. Now, the contribution on unrestricted, that $10,100, is that, are we going to get that 10,000 again?
Yes.
Next year?
Yes.
Okay, so that's in there. Then the contribution in memory and honor, that's 3,100. I'm assuming 3,000 will come from Jarvis. I can't think of her first name, but you know who I'm
Deb.
talking about. So that's why those are in the budgets. If you want to look down at the officers' expense or the expenses, a lot of them stayed the same. The one that I changed a couple, all of them are the same down to toy. Let's see, I can't read it on there. I can read it on my piece of paper better.
Well, toy postage, we don't mail the binders out anymore. We do it electronically.
Well, we had the, okay. Toy travel expenses, if we have 4 people that we give toy awards to, is $1,000 a person. Wouldn't that be $4,000? Is that what
Yeah.
we give them for travel
Yes.
now?
Right.
We have,
So since we have 4, I upped that.
Okay.
The guests, so then I left everything, that was the first change, and then I left everything the same. Except Mark, well, I left everything the same as last year until we get to membership directory. It was a little more than 1,000 last year, so I upped it a little bit.
Yeah, that won't happen until I get back. So it'll be the first part of October before I put that together, and that'll give people time to get their dues into you. And then hopefully we'll have some current stuff in the directory, and then I'll get it out in October. And it probably will, just because everything else will be a little bit more expensive than it was last year.
Right. Under meeting expenses, this year we were supposed to have 2 meetings, and the San Antonio meeting went way over budget. It cost us $7,000, but
Wow.
I put in 3,000 for each meeting next year. Normally, we don't have that much expense, but it was a meeting not with the ABA, and we had to pay for room rental and that kind of stuff. So then I think everything else stays the same, but it comes out that we will, if it comes to budget, we will have to take $35,000 out of car money to make that budget. This year, we actually budgeted that we'd have to take 28,365, and so far we've taken out, or we budgeted that we would have to take out 29. So far we've taken out 28,500. So we'll stay close to that budget number unless I get a lot of bills in August. And if anybody is due any money, they need to get it to me in August to get it in this fiscal year.
okay.
Do I have any questions?
Well, I'm hoping that when we open up the membership criteria, that we'll get some new members in. How many, and Barbara, maybe you can help with this. How many annual members do we have versus life members?
Let me see if I can find that file.
32 members, because we collected 800, right? We collected 800 from individuals. Is it 25 a person? Is that right, Barbara? I can't remember how much we dues are. That'd be
Sure.
32 people.
They're 25.
Yeah, 25, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got 32 people that pay for individual membership dues. Lifetime lifetime, a sustaining life, I can't tell exactly because some people pay 25, some people pay 100, some people pay 50. You know, it's
I show
I mean, I can look.
17 sustaining life for 21, 22.
Okay. Okay.
So how much are our life membership dues? 500 or 300?
3.
300.
300.
So I'm wondering if maybe we put a move out or a promotion out there to get people to become life members. That would bring in some little income.
We've got 31 paid members, which means they are not lifetime members for 21, 22. And we may have a few more. Sharon sent me an email a couple days ago and I haven't updated it with her
Right.
lately. So there's probably a few more on there.
I said I've collected $800 this year and divide that by 25, that's 34 people or 32. What did I say? 800 divided by 25, 32 paid members this year.
Okay.
One of the problems with the lifetime membership, and that's why Lucy, I remember, suggested we do the sustaining life, is that once people become a lifetime member, they don't have to pay any more money ever. And that hurt us in annual income. So I don't, you know, you could look at those 34 people and see if you think any of them want to become lifetime. Offer a special deal or something.
Now, I know tell me about the tax ramifications. If they become a sustaining life, is that $25 or whatever they donate? Is that tax deductible as opposed to just the
Yes.
regular dues?
Yes.
Okay.
Regular dues is not, and sustaining life is a recommended amount, but it's a donation of any
Okay.
amount you want to give. So it is tax deductible.
Okay. So basically what we're saying is life members can become sustaining life members by donating money. How can we get the regular membership to donate some extra money also? Maybe that's something.
Maybe increasing the membership. 25 is pretty cheap. I mean, I don't know. I mean, compared to other other things that I belong to.
In my
Bill.
yeah. In my local auxiliary, when we send out the dues notice, we also send out that if you'd like to make a donation, that you can do so. We get very few people to do that. We might get an extra couple $100, maybe.
What about memorials and tributes? Is that extra income if people donate in the name of somebody or happy birthday to somebody or?
That is the contribution and it is tax deductible.
But where does that go? That's just into the general fund?
Well, see, if you look up under the revenues, this year, contribution in memory of, we got 1,415. The 3,000 we get from that, from Jarvis, was in last fiscal year. She's given it to us twice, March of 2020 and July of 2021. So there's no, see how it shows it in the year before, but it doesn't show it in this year. It's just with the timing of it. It was done in July last year. So last year shows that. This year we have a lot of donations because of losing a few husbands. We have $1,415 that was given in memory. Which is okay.
All right, are we done with this one? Do we need to, we don't need to prove it. We prove it at the meeting, right?
So
I can't remember for sure. Do we approve it and then say it's a recommendation of the executive committee to accept this budget? I don't know what we do for sure. I don't remember.
I think we approve it at the meeting. We review it and then approve it. But we kind of give it a first blush here.
Okay.
Looks good.
That's
I mean,
fine
the
with
nice thing is that we're going to be getting some more funds in from the Jurgemeyer Foundation. And we'll talk about that at the meeting, but they basically come out and said that the Mom and Dad's Foundation in Indiana is going to be giving us $16,000 a year to do something with, part of which will be going to a something in Iowa that we need to come up with. But that's a whole nother thing. But we'll have some more money and we'll probably spend it on something. So it's not really any sort of profit. One thing that
it's Indiana.
Indiana.
It's Indiana.
It doesn't, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
I know that.
One of the things I'm doing for our Austin Women's Club here is I don't know why I said yes to this, but I'm the director of development there. And I said, what does that do? And I'm gonna stop that down. And they said, well, whatever you want it to do. And of course, I immediately built them a website. But then they said, oh, by the way, we are trying to raise $100,000 and we need your help because we need new air conditioning and we need a new driveway and things like that. So I came up with a plan, and maybe this is something we can do, where I came up with some swag for each of these people who give a certain number of dollars. I'll show y'all what I did. They get a swag bag. Now, Jennifer, close your eyes because you're going to get one on Thursday, okay? But it has a little note, and then you open it up. And this is something we could definitely do to give to our donors. They have a mug. Let's see. And this office is this is an old, beautiful chateau that's downtown that we work to preserve. But it says, keeping Austin preserved, Austin Women's Club. And then I had cool notebooks made up to get with that, with the logo on it. And a mouse pad that they get.
Oh.
And then, but this person gave a lot of money who got this one. And then they get a pen. And depending on the amount they give, they may get more or less of these things. But we had a luncheon on Thursday and I'd put some of these bags out for these donors. Oh my God, they thought they had died and gone to heaven. They were like,
Wow.
look what we got. Oh my God, I got a mug. And people were like, how do I get one of those? And I got people at my table gave me $1,500 right there in checks. So I think if we have come up, and maybe this is a marketing question at this point, but something, a little carrot out there that says, if you give some money, you get a cool little widget or gadget or, you know, swag type thing, it might be kind of fun.
Maybe
So-
we could do that as a benefit of becoming a lifetime member.
Yeah, just a reward. You know, people like to get stuff, even if they may not use it. I try to make it as useful as possible. But anyway, my 2 cents worth, I think that might be something to talk about. And I think that would definitely be a marketing, don't you,
Mhm.
Kitty?
Oh, yes,
Oh.
yes. I thought Lucy was marketing.
Or whatever.
I'm looking at Lucy.
Jennifer,
Yes.
who's marketing for next year? Jennifer?
Jennifer's gone
Where did she go?
for a minute. I don't know.
I'm still here. I'm sorry. My
Who's doing
video,
marketing for you next year?
I'm still here.
Oh,
Who's
Sorry,
doing
my
marketing?
video went wild for a minute.
Who's doing marketing?
I think I am.
Yes,
Lucy,
Lucy. Okay. So anyway, yes, we can do cool things. We can have them done up. We'll do that when we talk.
Lucy, we can work on this together because I know
Lucy,
Noel
I'm-
is really want to get involved.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll help you with it too. It'll be fun.
This is the fun thing. This is like Chris. I feel like Santa Claus bringing all these little black bags into the chateau. All righty. So that's it. I think. Anybody else have anything for the executive? No? All righty. Well, let's conclude that and we will move on to our long-range planning. Kitty, it's your show.
Right, thank you.
I'm not on long range planning, so I will see you in a couple days.
Okay.
Oh, Sharon, you should stay on.
She might have something else to do.
It's all right. So I will see you in a couple of days.
Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Well, actually, Sharon should stay on because I was going to ask about the putting the amount in the line item budget, but we can discuss that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our big project. We've been working on it and talking to people. We've had conference calls, and I'm not sure if you all get everything that's sent out from long range planning. I'm not quite sure, but basically the project, as you all have heard from the April meeting, is the National High School Mock Trial Competition. And we have been in discussions with Mr. Anthony McMullen, the professor at Central Arkansas University. who is the and the board secretary of the Arkansas Mock Trial Foundation, and where is it? And the board of the national competition. And we've also been speaking with Mr. Jordan Tinsley, who is an attorney on the Arkansas Foundation board chair, and members of ALA have been discussing this project. We're very excited about the project. We're hoping that we get a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of help for this. This is the first time we're going to try this. And this is the mock trial competition, which is a nationwide program. And the dates are May 18 to 20, 2023. It'll be held in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Lucy is familiar with that. And being from Arkansas, that is. Anyway, basically, at the mid-year meeting, we did approve a budget of $2,500, and that would be a donation. And we talked about whether to sponsor an event at the mock trial competition or how we were going to best utilize that funding. And after a lot of discussions, it was really decided not to do a particular event, but rather just donate the money, and then we, ALA members, can do you have the agenda? I hope, maybe you don't. Okay. Anyway, we were going to use that.
Do you want to pull it up, Kitty?
Me? I don't know.
Do you want me to pull it up, share the
Would you
screen?
please? Would you please?
Yeah, let me see
I
if I
don't
can find it.
I don't know how to do that.
Let's see here.
But basically, we were talking about having this attending the competition and being involved. And the way we would be involved is they can man an ALA information desk, which would be near the registration desk, and we get to meet a lot of people that way. And we'd also be helping by escorting judges to the various venues. And apparently there's going to be 3 different courthouses in Little Rock, and they're all within walking distance. And there are going to be 46 teams from different states, from South Korea and Guam. There'll be 23 trials held simultaneously. I think all that's on there. So I'm just giving you an overview of what we're intending to do. And it will give us an opportunity. They're giving us an opportunity to give 10-minute presentations to teachers and coaches on the ALA Toy Awards. And we will be going to their meetings, their orientation meetings, and talking about ALA and toy and just ALA in general, I guess. Let's see. And we're going to have, well, my question on this was basically, after all that, was to talk about whether we needed a separate line item, budget item to cover this $2,500, because I'm not sure where it's coming from other than ALA. So is that something we want to talk about, or what do we do about that? Does anybody know? Because we're going to write a check for $2,500, and I'm sure it's going to have to come out of some account somewhere.
I think it should come out of the long range planning account.
Well, right now I see we have $500 as our budget. Now we can do that and just ask to put another $2,500 in our budget.
I think we should. Another
Well,
2,000.
my thought was, if you have it as a line item budget thing, a line item, then if we do this again, it would be there. Because we're talking about if this works out, we could do it next year. And they have it every year. Next year it'd be in Wilmington, Delaware. So, I mean, they go from different places around the country. So I didn't know whether to consider this as a one-shot deal and just keep it as up the long-range planning to $3,000, so I could have $500. I was thinking, well, maybe not even that much, but to get brochures and printed material and envelopes and things like that out to the students about the scholarship fund, and to the teachers and coaches about the toy awards, because I think that's really important to get that out there, and they'll have it. So I don't know how many flyers we would need, or brochures, or whatever. So I thought $500 would cover it for business cards, toy information, miscellaneous items, and we'd have a packet, a separate packet, one packet for teachers and coaches, and one packet for students, and that would be about the scholarship program. So this is going to cost money to do this. I'm assuming nobody's giving us anything for free these days. So what do you think?
Wouldn't the brochures and cards come out of marketing?
Okay, that's fine too. I just didn't know if you wanted to separate that out as a separate.
But
thing.
because they're not, it's not
It's
going to be
marketing, yeah.
specifically, it's not specifically catered to the mock trial. I mean, this is something we might use for other
event.
events
Right.
as well.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
And-
Okay, so that comes out of marketing. So we don't have to worry about that. Great.
I think, asking or having Sharon put a $2,500 line item there to support the mock trial competition, I think is wise.
Is that over and above the 500 that's already on the line item?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
or maybe adding 2,000 to it. Do you think, you want to pad that a little bit?
The long-range planning, you mean, or what?
Yeah,
Well, we're giving 2,500 and we're gonna need some money. Well, maybe we won't, yeah, just make it 2,500
and take the
long-range
rest,
planning budget.
right,
okay.
and then the rest
And
for
take the
marketing.
marketing. Okay, that works.
'Cause I see brochures and cards and things like that. It's strictly a marketing
Okay,
endeavor.
I'm a little confused here, just because I'm trying to get the minutes right here.
Oh, sorry.
We're giving a donation of 2,500, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then the rest of it, expenses as far as another 500 for brochures, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I just put that out there. I didn't really know how much brochures and things cost. But if it's
Well,
under marketing,
I can give you an example. I redid I'm gonna take this down. I redid our brochure and updated it with our Jurgemeyer person
okay.
here. And with our Jarvis Teacher of the Year, because the old ones didn't. Somehow I found there was a teacher in Florida who wanted 500 of our brochures.
Oh,
And I gave him all the old ones.
you gave her the old one? Good plan.
Anyway, so I got rid of most of them, yay. But I had this done locally and he charged me for 100 of the brochures. Let's see, I carefully printed out his bill. He's a great guy. And of course, the more you
Order the less, yeah.
the more you order, the less it is. For the brochures for 100 of 200-pound brochures, it was $95. So that's
200 of those?
no, this is 100. It was 200-pound paper
Oh, okay.
or whatever it is.
Did you use Mike's?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you
Yes.
did, those are color, right?
Yeah. They're for color processing and they're a nice, sturdy, glossy, very
He's
nice.
good. I think that's a
He
good
is.
price too.
He is.
For
And
color
it's
brochure.
and as he said, the more we do, the less they are per piece.
Right.
And he also did, and this was going to be my prize for everybody when we went to Chicago. But I also had these wonderful business cards done up, these kind of generic ones
Right.
with our
Those are nice.
code on it. And it just says, American Lawyers Alliance, our website. And then an American Bar Association related organization founded in 1959 by the spouses of the American Bar Association members. Anyway, so I've got 500 of these, so we can definitely use these.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Again, yeah, okay.
So that's all marketing.
I'm still trying to get back to what our final budget line is and where.
Well, I was going to get to that. With the
okay,
cards cost 500 was $80.
right.
So what I spent on this was $198. So I think, depending on how many of these things we have printed up, I think 500 is a pretty good number.
$500 or 500 copies?
$500,
Okay. I
because
think
the more
that's-
you copy,
Right.
the less it's going to be.
Well, as they've been told that they have approximately 500 students attend this. So if you want every student to get something about the scholarship, which I assume we do, that's a lot right there. 500
Yeah.
students participate. And well, 96 judges, but I don't know if we're going to give the judges all this stuff or not. The coaches and teachers, I don't think would be more than, well, 500 students, it would be probably, let's see, 46 teams, so 46 teachers and coaches.
Yeah. So we could probably do a brochure. And I could easily tailor this to the Jurgemeyer scholarship. And no one says we have to make it a 4-color process, which is more expensive. We could make it a 2-color, and that probably knocks the price in half.
Or you could even just do a flyer for the scholarship, maybe. Or
We
you'd
could.
rather do a brochure. Well, you can work. I
We
mean,
could do
you're
a
the
flyer.
one that's
We-
clever.
We could come up with all sorts of fun things to keep it within budget. That would look nice. So
Okay, so we'll leave the long-range planning budget at, now what is it? 3,000
20
now.
3,000.
Well,
Was it three?
500 plus 2,500.
Yeah.
And you know what? If we come in under budget, we look like heroes.
Okay. Is that all right? Then we have to have the approval
So-
somewhere, or is that okay? What do we do?
So
Wait,
just,
Okay,
so
I
I'm,
have a question.
I'm recapping here, 2,500 donation, 500 for brochures, etc.
Well, oh, I'm sorry, the brochures actually would go under Lucy's marketing, sorry.
So,
Oh, under marketing, okay.
Right, I was confused.
but
And so ours is still, the long range planning is still 2,500, correct?
I think so.
Lucy?
But Kitty, for long range planning, may still need a cushion in there. So
Right.
I think it should be 3,000.
Right.
And then I'll
Okay,
check on marketing and ask. I didn't pay attention to what Sharon presented really. So I will ask for 500
okay,
if that's not in there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
yes, yes.
So
I don't,
long-range plan-
actually, Lucy, marketing was originally 1,000.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
That's fine.
I don't know if it's still there, but I remember when we first created this marketing thing, they gave.
Just so there's something there.
There's
Yes.
something there.
Marketing is 1,000. She's got
Okay,
she's got
good.
a line item for $1,000.
So you don't need to increase
Good.
that. Right, right.
No need to
Okay.
increase it, no.
So,
All right.
so where are we left with long range planning?
Well, I'd love to know, where are we?
3,000.
3,000, right?
3,000, long-range planning is the budget. I gotta write that down myself.
Okay.
Okay. So basically what we want to do is to get members excited about this project so that they will sign up to go. And we're kind of excited about it. It sounds like fun. And it could be a real interesting trip that we've never been on. So that'd be great. And as I say, we view this as a wonderful opportunity to publicize ALA and the work we do, especially the Teacher of the Year program. That's what we're trying to do, along with the Jurgen Scholarship opportunities. So, and as he told us, non-lawyers are volunteers, and we just escort people and be friendly and nice and welcoming. That would be our job, welcome committee and information committee. So we'll have to learn something about where things are. Good luck. And the lawyer husbands or spouses or whoever else, member of ALA who's a lawyer, can also act as a scoring judge. The presiding judge is somebody that as he put it, they travel in a cohort of judges travel together to this competition every year. So they work together, they know each other, and that would be the presiding judge. So you have a presiding judge and you have 3 scoring judges at every trial. Now, this is what I wrote down. I'm hoping that's right, because that's a lot of people working these trials. And I'm going to have to confirm that, I think. Did you hear that too? Yeah, well, Barbara was great. She taped the whole conference call, and then she sent me the tape so that I could actually hear it again and try to get this correct. So that's what I heard, that they have 3 scoring judges for every trial and a presiding judge. The scoring judge has to be a lawyer, but doesn't, or it can't be a spouse, right? It has to be a lawyer somewhere along the line.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, so we need lots of help. So if we go and we take our husbands who want to do this, that would be great. And he could be a scoring judge. So what we need to do is talk this up though, because this is next May. We have a long time to go, but we need people to be willing to do this. And I got the hotel rates. They're on something somewhere on the agenda. And we will get the conference rates for the hotels. So the Marriott would be 161 and the DoubleTree is 159. So I think
You gotta love Arkansas.
Yeah, love our, well, that's where we go there, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
Anthony
Anthony will be talking about this at the board meeting or the annual meeting on Friday. So he's
this
going
is
to come
just
chime.
kind of, this is really just an overview for the committee here to be aware of it, because I'm not sure if you all get everything I send out, because it's long range planning and everybody else is something else. So, but basically that's our goal here, is to get people from ALA to be willing to travel to Arkansas and have a fine time for 3 days and meet lots of people and promote ALA. And that's what we're doing. And we're doing that by giving them $2,500. And rather than select one particular breakfast or lunch or something, which would be just those particular people, we're going to do the whole thing and have an opportunity to present what we have to present to teachers and coaches and kids, students. And I think that's a better way to interact with people. And hopefully this will work. And we'll see how we're doing. Does anybody have any questions that I can't answer?
We can do up some really cool big badges that says who we are, you know, and you know, who knows?
You
We
can
can
have
do.
a hat. Yeah.
I was no telling what we got.
Don't let Noel loose. No.
Hey, I did not wear a flowered wreath in San Antonio.
When will this be?
I'm sorry.
What are the dates?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's May 18 to 20, 2023. So it's a ways off, but I think if we get people talking about it and kind of thinking about it, and the Professor Anthony McMullen will be talking about it at the Friday meeting. I think he's talking in the afternoon or I can't remember. Friday sometime.
Yes, he's going to be. I think I told him about 3 o'clock. Now, one thing we could do, and I think this is a big incentivizer, is have, when the time comes, have Lucy block us a bunch of rooms like we do at our meetings and say first come, first serve, and people will jump on at
Yeah.
that point, you know, in order to get this good rate.
Okay, I have a thought about that. I don't know the ABA calendar for 2023, but there should be a meeting in August, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Does anybody know
Yes,
or where that will be?
yes, hang on. Let's see.
Where I'm going with that is, like San Antonio was in April, and then by August, no one really was ready to travel again and come.
Right. Where are we?
Maybe we could think about this being part of
Oh,
an
Denver.
ALA meeting. I don't know.
Well,
I'm thinking that it might happen again in August. That
yeah, our February meeting, our
August.
mid-year meeting is scheduled for New Orleans.
well,
Oh.
and then in Denver. Well, people
then in-
might want to come to Denver.
Oh, I'll go to Denver.
Yeah.
My daughter's there.
And it's not so much a meeting as it is.
For us, yeah.
No, right. But
I think it's more of a to look at it as kind of an ALA field trip, so to speak.
well, that's fine. Little Rock is great. Little Rock's fun. And if they want to go to Hot Springs, I can send them to Hot Springs.
Well, and we could do some dinners, you know, or something fun, some
They
events.
can go to Hot Springs and they can gamble and have a grand time in the casino.
Oh,
So-
okay.
We can spend this however we want. I mean, I think people are so ready. I think people wanted to come to Chicago, but summer plans just really kind of screwed everything up, and COVID, and hopefully we'll be in better shape next year.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
So, yeah,
Well, do we have a meeting in New Orleans in February then? ALA
Yes.
meeting.
yes.
And then
Well,
again, we
yeah.
have a meeting in May. So February, March, April, May. Oh, that's all right. That's 3 months later. Right.
yeah, that's, yes. And like Noel said, this is a field trip. It's not necessarily a meeting.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
just a little road trip
I
down
like
to
that.
Arkansas.
I
over
like that.
Arkansas.
Road trip,
Road trip, yeah.
ALA on the road again.
Well, the people at the National High School Mock Trial Competition seem very excited about the prospect of us attending and working and helping and volunteering. They seem very pleased with that notion. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Mhm. And Little Rock does have a good airport. It is accessible
Oh,
from all over, I think. So it'll be okay.
And
The weather
have
should be beautiful, I would think.
you figured out how many people you need to man this operation?
Right.
We haven't really worked the numbers because we don't know how much interest there will be. If they've been in New Orleans in February, by May, I don't really know. What do you think, Noel? You have any thoughts on it?
I think it's such a novel place. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's been to Chicago over and
yeah.
over and over again. And this is fresh. It's doing something different. It's not the same routine that we normally have. And I think Anthony's going to really put a good spin on it too, because he's very dynamic, and he can get us fired up for it. And then New Orleans, so that's a no-brainer there.
Oh, yeah, everybody's
So-
going to want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there are some wonderful museums in Little Rock, and the state capitol and the Clinton Museum. And there are other things we can plan if we want in Little Rock to do and not have to, we don't have to work all the time.
No,
I guess we need to see what sort of commitment that Anthony thinks we need to give
Yeah.
well,
per
I think
person per day.
he was saying it was a Thursday afternoon, Friday, and Saturday. I believe.
Okay.
I think that's what I remembered it being. So it's really a weekend thing. So, try to find the dates here.
Yeah, it is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then they travel presumably back on the Sunday to wherever they came from, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know they
assuming.
have a big awards night too, also, like
They
that
do.
Saturday night, where they present their winners. And that would be a great thing to attend and hand out our information, have them all.
I think it would be interesting just to see everybody do their mock trial competition, just to see these kids who have been working on this so hard and studying and just presenting it. I mean, that would be just fun to sit there and watch. And that's what you would do. You would escort the judge to the courtroom, and then you stay in the courtroom so that if an issue arises, you're there and can handle it, or whatever the problem is, if there is anything. And that would be part of the volunteer part.
But how many people does he want total as volunteers like that? Does he tell you that? I mean, we may not be able to supply them, but how many total are we talking about?
I'm thinking a lot, because they've got 26, how many trials? 23 trials at the same time. So you gotta have 23
Wow.
people.
That's a great question to ask
But
about
that-
Friday.
Yeah, that's a good question. I hadn't thought of that, but I don't think it's just up to us to supply the people.
Well, I hope not.
Because we can't do it. He knows that. He knows. I think, he
Well,
knows.
no, I mean, I was just wondering what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
Jennifer?
question.
Kitty, did he say when our training would be? Would that be on Thursday when we arrive, or did he say anything about when the training takes
Oh, I'm
place?
sure we have to be trained because we don't know where anything is. And
Right.
we have to be, shown or given a map or whatever. I don't remember if he said what day. Do you remember?
I don't think he
Noel?
did. I don't think so. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Ask him.
Yep. Write these questions down. All right. Because he's going to be on the Zoom call on Friday, so
Oh, good.
Yes. Yes.
you can just ask.
No, he was very excited about chiming in, so.
Volunteers. So out of this, I'm just gonna go, just how do you feel in general? Do you think any of you would like to do this, or is this something you have no interest in, or what would be the interest level?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. That's really good right here in this group. So, but you all are doers anyway. So that would be really super if we could get, like even 10 people from our group to go. That would be wonderful.
And I'm going to anticipate some new members, so let's make sure
Okay.
they have, that would be something fun for them to do as well.
Yeah,
Right.
and none of us have done this, so we don't really know how it is.
I think you
But I'm
need,
hoping
Yeah.
we will like it, and we will get something, and ALA will get something out of it as far as reaching out and publicizing who we are and what we do. And if so, then we could continue the following year, but we're not making any promises. We're just going to try this as a little experiment and see how we do. And if
Right.
we have a good time. How's that? Oh.
Anything else, long-range planning?
Well, I was going to say, if there's anything else anybody wants to bring up, we're happy to talk about it. But right now, I think if we get this done, it'll be great.
oh, the other thing was, what you had on one thing here was the Jeremiah Trust.
Yeah, we're not going to handle that at this meeting.
Okay, I'm looking at the old, I realize I didn't have the new one here.
Yeah, that's going to be discussed as new business at
Right.
the annual meeting,
Okay, fine,
or the board meeting rather.
right.
And then
Oh.
ask for kind of an ad hoc committee to come up with some ideas, kind of like we did with the original scholarship.
Right.
Lucy?
I have a question about our Friday meeting.
Uh-huh.
I have talked with Kathy Greslek at Kaleidoscope for Kids. Would you like for her to try to come to be part of the meeting to talk about Kaleidoscope? Or just say, these are, Jennifer's going to have a picture of the books that have been sent. And Kathy knows all this. She understands that we will have a picture, that we will show the books, and then Jennifer is going to send them on to her. So would we rather just say, here are the books that we're sending to Kaleidoscope. Thank you so much for donating. Or would you like for her to try to be there?
I'd love for her to be on the Zoom meeting so we can meet her.
I think it'd be nice if she came on just for, a few minutes, 5 minutes or whatever, and just to say a thank you and who she is and
What
what they do.
time should I
Hang on, let me pull up
ask
the,
her to be
Maybe,
available?
maybe first off. So she doesn't have to wait around for timing.
Okay, so what time is that? 1
I think it's 1.
o'clock.
hang on, I'm pulling up.
Double check that.
So Barbara, if I send you her email, can you send her the link for the
Yes.
meeting?
Yes.
Or,
All right, so this is kind of what we have so far. I have her coming in at the very end of the board meeting,
Oh,
after the reports and before the swearing in of the annual meeting. So
okay,
that time-wise, that's probably, if we can move this along, and depending how long-winded some of these folks get, which they probably won't, because I think everybody's likes to just kind of blast through these things. Maybe 2:45, 3 o'clock.
okay.
Okay.
I'll mention 3 o'clock,
Okay.
okay?
I mean, we can certainly chat around until she gets there, so that's not a
Right.
problem.
Okay, all right. And so Barbara, will you send her the link if I?
Sure. Yeah, I will.
All right, I'll do that. Okay, thank you. Thank you all.
All righty.
I have the meeting down for 12 noon Pacific, which is 2 o'clock Central Time.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
That's fine. I've got it. I set it up at 1 o'clock. So if we've changed it to 2 o'clock, that's fine.
Okay,
We're talking Thursday or Friday? We're talking Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I have it from 1 to 5, but that was the original timing, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to change it. If it's 2 o'clock, we just need to tell people it's 2 o'clock.
Okay.
and
so
then
it's starting, I'm sorry, could you go to the time again on Friday morning?
It's
10 o'clock Central,
10 Central Friday morning.
so 11 o'clock your time.
All right, thank you. And the Friday afternoon is
2
3
o'clock, 2 Central, 3
Yeah,
your
2.
time.
Which my time? 2, 3, what?
3.
3, thank you. Okay. Got it.
And Noelle, do we know about how long that 10 o'clock meeting's gonna last?
I'm hoping no more than an hour and a half,
Okay,
depending how long-winded our teachers get. Barbara, how long is Amy Maddox's video?
I think it's 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, I know the judge is about a little over 3.5. So we anticipate, I don't think it's gonna be that long. I hope not.
It'll be about a couple minutes of introduction for each one of them, and then about 5 for Amy, and I've told them no more than 5, so
Okay,
it may not be as long as 5.
okay. So if we can move it along pretty quickly, maybe hour and a half tops, I would hope. I mean, it's not like we're having breakfast or anything. I'm gonna have an imaginary mimosa in my hand.
Oh, and just so y'all know, I did send, since they're not getting breakfast, I couldn't send them breakfast, but I did like we did last year. I sent each of the teachers, including our scholarship winner, a bouquet of flowers, congratulating them. And I also sent each one of our toy judges a bouquet and thanked them. In the past, we've sent them like a $25 gift card, which is kind of useless in my opinion. So I sent them flowers as a thank you, and they were appreciative of that.
Oh, nice.
Good. That's nice.
We didn't have to pay for their breakfast, so
No, that's good. Okay.
All righty.
Right.
Well, I think that's all I have for long range planning. And if anybody has any ideas or wants to do something, let me know. And let's see how.
Are you
this
gonna
works out.
are you gonna reach out to Sharon and have her adjust that line item? Kitty?
I will do
Okay.
that. Yes, thank you.
All righty. Anybody else? We ready for Friday?
Sure.
I'm gonna go work on Zoom.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let me know if I need to help out on that.
Yeah, I will.
And Barbara, will we need this ID again and things or what?
It'll be, well, actually, the ID is embedded in I looked at the link. The ID is embedded in the link. It's the password that didn't get copied when the link was sent out. So you might
let me do-
resend that, Noel, include the password.
Okay, let me look at the link again and I'll update the Evite with all
Okay,
that.
yeah.
oh, good.
That,
Yeah.
right.
That goes to
And
everybody's.
meeting. and-
Please put the ID number and the
I see
password.
it now.
That's how
Okay.
I always get in.
Days.
All right, I will do that.
Thank you.
Especially when you do a last minute one too, because I was taking it from that and not taking it from, I see it was on a previous email, but it wasn't on today's, and I was taking it, well, yet the one you sent out yesterday. But
I know, I get spoiled and I just put the link on there, trying to minimize space. But
right.
I will put all
That was
the
my
stuff.
thought too, because I didn't realize. Okay.
We're, but all said and done, we're gonna be Zoom experts, right? Zoom etiquette.
Zoom etiquette, that's-
Do we
All
get
right,
it?
everybody.
That
Thank
was
you.
the seminar Tech Tuesday, and they showed us how to do breakout rooms and whiteboards and sharing and all that kind
Hey,
of stuff.
Janet needs to do the next meeting.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not, no, I have an idea, but I'm not any. And you can go on Zoom and sign up and they give you a tutorial for all those things.
Okay.
Hmm.
All righty, guys. It was lovely. Always, as always, good to see everybody.
Nice to see y'all.
So we'll see you
Good to
Friday
see you
morning.
all.
Hey, Friday.
Hey,
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. See you
Bye.
Friday.